Hello everybody. I apologize for being late on videos. I know a lot has been going on since October, lots, and I just really had to focus on what I was doing and not do videos. But today I'm going to send you one because I have some things to say that I think are important. Excuse my voice. I got the crud a couple of days ago. I feel fine, but I just sound weird. Anyway, yes, I am wearing this shirt. And it pretty much says it all. I know that some of us were hit hard in November. We really didn't think what happened was going to happen. But it happened for a lot of reasons. You got to remember that fewer than 40% of our population actually got out there to vote. So fewer than 40% of our population are making decisions for all of us. That's not a good thing. And even though we rocked the vote, people just didn't register. And those who were registered just didn't go out and vote. I'm not sure why. I don't know if they were apathetic. I don't know if they thought, well, nothing's going to change. Or for whatever reason, they just couldn't get out and do it. We still have places in this country where people are prevented from voting. Sometimes it feels like we're in the Far East, in Eastern Europe or other parts of the world where people are kept from voting. I know that sounds extreme, but it's true. We have that happening in our country. The Civil Rights Act is still alive and well, but it's getting sicker every day. So my point of this video is to say that we've got to get active. And I think we need to be active in our local communities. For me, that means taking my educational background and getting involved in what goes on in the schools by going to school board meetings when I can, or finding out what the issues are. Not maybe being on a school board, but volunteering where I can, trying to make a difference as much as possible with the skill set I have. So that's what I'm asking you to do today. Find out what's going on in your local community. How can you make it better? Because honestly, we can have more impact over our local communities than we can thousands of miles away in Washington, D.C. And yes, it's important to vote every 4 years in those presidential elections. It's extremely important. But you also have to remember that Congress makes a bulk of the decisions. So we have to make sure that our local Congress people, whether they're Republicans or Democrats, whatever their party is, we need to make sure that they're doing what we want and not what they want to do based on who's giving them the money. Yeah, I know, there's a lot of graft. My grandfather was a 2-time mayor, and he always told all of us, don't go into politics. It's a losing battle. Well, while I might not ever run for office, I do think that getting involved on a local basis is super important. And I've fallen off the last few years. I have not done anything locally, and I'm sad about that. No one to blame but myself. So now I'm pushed to get more involved. I'm probably going to choose things, like I said, in my wheelhouse. Education, maybe helping at opportunities for kids to get involved in athletics or after-school activities. Maybe I can volunteer somehow. So I've just got to get involved. And so I'm asking you to do what you can. It doesn't matter if you have kids in school. They're going to grow up to be adults, and those adults are going to impact you some way or another. I can't tell you how many times I've been in a medical facility and I run into a former student from one of my allied health schools. Now, while I haven't run into many students from my ITT campus, which I have a couple of times in California, I know that they're having impact out there in all the different places that they've worked. So in my career as an educator, I've impacted the world in many ways, even though I don't know about it. So whatever you do for your line of work, you're impacting people. So make sure that you're doing it with kindness and sincerity. Make sure that you're helping people as much as you can. Sometimes that little extra step is so worth it, even if that little extra step doesn't give you the money. Helping people to make their day better is one of the things I love about all the things I've done for my life's work, whether it was in schools, whether it was for an HR department, and now for Disneyland. I know that my smile can help change somebody's day. It really can. So I'm asking you, get involved in your local community. take your skills and put them to work outside of your regular work day. If you don't have time, because maybe you're working 2 jobs, I know what that feels like, been there, done that, then just make sure your kids are getting your time, okay? Because the education they get from you is way more important than what happens in those 6 hours a day. Believe me, I know this for a fact. I've seen some of my students as adults, and while that 6 hours was important to them because maybe it got them out of an abusive family situation for 6 hours, or maybe it found them their best friends, or it found them what they want to do for their life's work. That 6 hours is important, but there are 18 more hours in a day where they'll be sleeping, spending time in the community, and spending time with family and friends. So make those 18 hours count, okay? All right, I'm going to sign off for now, try to rest my voice, and I promise I'll be back in a few days with something about what's happening coming in 2025. Have a great day, everybody.